Sorry, everybody, it's Xilicks here, and welcome to my first week of the Elysian League Season 4. If you'd like to skip to the battle, click the annotation now. However, if you'd like to watch the team builder, then continue watching from this point on. So looking at our opponent's team, we are going against Neoplasma Team A, which has Mega Blastoise, Typhlosion, Galvantula, Toxapex, Kartana, Mudsdale, Registeel, Buzzwole, Meloetta, and Licky Licky. Big threats, we have that Kartana, we have that Buzzwole, we have the Mega Blastoise. I'm not really too afraid of anything else on the team. We do have Toxapex to worry about, which is a pretty difficult wall to break down, as well as the Registeel, which can be tough if it gets up some curses or any of the likes. Now, there is the Galvantula, which has the opportunity to set up sticky webs. Our team is pretty slow, so it wouldn't be the biggest deal if he did set up the sticky webs. We are not bringing any form of hazard removal, so if that is the case, then we'll have to worry about that. Although I doubt he will bring the sticky webs just because we do have an Excadrill on our team, which could easily spin them away if given the opportunity. But yeah, so let's look at what we did bring. So I have the Stoutland here with the Intimidate. Now, the Intimidate's going to be really important because he has that Kartana, he has that Buzzwole, even the Mudsdale. You know, he's got physical attackers that can put in hurt. So we want that Intimidate. We're running the max HP, the max attack, a little bit in defense with a careful nature to up our special defense to, evenly take hits from both sides if possible. We're rocking the leftovers item just to give it some more longevity. And we have Facade in case we get poisoned by that Toxapex or even potentially burned by a Scald or something. The Psychic Fangs, it hits the Toxapex, it hits the Buzzwole. Then we have the Wild Charge, which hits the Mega Blastoise, hits the Toxapex, hits the... I think that's it, right? Yeah. And then finally the Fire Fang, which hits the Kartana for some big damage. And the Registeel, which we probably wouldn't use, but just in case. Next up, we have Tangrowth with the Assault Vest Regenerator. I absolutely love this set. We're running max HP, a good amount of defense, and a sassy nature with a bit of special defense EVs, just to take the special hits a little bit better with the added Assault Vest. We're running Leaf Storm, which really does a lot to things like Mega Blastoise and anything that takes a neutral hit from it. We have the knockoff to get rid of some items, hopefully knock off some leftovers, maybe some scarfs or whatever he ends up running. The Hidden Power Fire to hit the Kartana and the Earthquake for the Toxapex and anything else that it hits for neutral that nothing else does. Next up we have the Sock. I decided to bring Sock instead of Excadrill just because I like what Sock does to his team. Close combat is hitting just about everything. The only things that resist it are the Meloetta and the Toxapex, and the Galvantula, I guess. But the bug types we have the Fire Punch for, and the Ice Punch we have for the Mudsdale, and the Thunder Punch we have for the Water types. We're running max attack, just enough speed to outspeed a max speed Buzzwole, and the rest in HP. Expert Belt to boost our super effective attacks, and the Sturdy ability just because we don't need Mold Breaker, and maybe we can put in some work with Sturdy because that's always nice. Mega Slowbro, we're running the Regenerator before we Mega Evolve, although we are required to Mega Evolve on the first turn that we stay in battle. However, we can switch it in and then switch it out to get free Regenerator. Obviously the Slowbro Knight to Mega Evolve, we're running Scald, Psychic. I decided Psychic instead of Psy Shock just because his team has some really low special defense mons and some higher Phys Def mons, so hopefully that Psychic will end up doing more damage. We have the Slack Off for basic recovery and Calm Mind to boost our special defense and special attack. We're running nearly max HP with a Bold Nature and max special defense with the rest of our EVs in special attack. I went with this just because it helps us take moves from everything. Something I am worried about is Toxics from the Toxapex. We do not have any Heal Beller or a Steel type to take the Toxics. We could have had a Steel type, but I decided not to. And plus, Excadrill is weak to Water and Scald anyways, so, Next up, we have my Thunderous Incarnate form. I'm running a sub nasty plot with Thunderbolt Grass Knot. That's pretty much the only coverage I need. That hits everything for neutral except the Kartana, which is not taking a +2 Thunderbolt, or at least two of them. And we're running nearly max speed. I believe this outspeeds everything on his team that is not Choice Scarfed. We have quite a lot of special attack, and with the nasty plot, we are going to be hitting things very hard behind a substitute is the plan. Finally, we have Magmortar with our Gracium Z with Solar Beam. Z Solar Beam is more than enough to Oko Blastoise. And we have the Hidden Power Flying for the Buzzwole, the Flamethrower for just general stab, and the Focus Blast for that Licky Licky, or I think it's just for the Licky Licky actually. Yeah, because our Flamethrower hits just about everything else. We're running the Timid Nature, again with enough speed to outspeed a max speed Buzzwole, full special attack, and the rest in HP. So this is the team I decided to go with. I will be having my battle shortly. You guys will be watching the battle from a, what's the word for it? Post commentary. I haven't had the battle yet, but by the time you guys see this, I would have already had the battle. You get the point. So I'll see you guys in a moment. Alright, so getting right into the battle, he brought the Blastoise, Galvantula, Licky Licky, Mudsdale, Buzzwole, and Meloetta. So starting off, I decided to lead off with my Thundurus, expecting him to try to get the Sticky Webs. I go for the Substitute, as he predicts that goes for the Thunder. Now, probably him thinking I'm going to switch out, I expect him to go for the Sticky Webs, so I put up another Substitute. He goes for the Sticky Webs, and I go for a Thunderbolt to gauge the damage. I probably could have gone for a Nasty Plot, but I figured he had the Sash, so I just want to see how much damage it would do. So I go into my Tangrowth to take the Thunder, and I get paralyzed on like the 4th turn. So I go back to my Thundurus expecting the Bug Buzz, and he crits me, which is just absolutely fantastic. I go back to my Tangrowth expecting him to go for another Thunder, which he does. I take it relatively well, and I go for the Hidden Power Fire to hopefully take this thing out. I bring it down to 5% health. I switch out to get Regenerator into my Stoutland, thinking I can take just about any attack. He goes for the Bug Buzz, which I take relatively well, and I go for the Facade as he paralyzes me again. I take him out with the Facade, and that's the first KO of the battle, and I now have 3 weakened Mons, 2 of which are paralyzed. He switches out into his Buzzwole, gets the Power-Up Punch +2. I pretty much have to go into my Sock here because I have the Sturdy. I go for the Fire Punch after he brings me down to my Sturdy. Luckily here, I get a crit burn, which kind of is a bit of payback, although it didn't really matter too much because I just go to my Thundurus here, which would have taken him out anyways. He switches into his Mudsdale on the Thunderbolt. I probably could have predicted that and gone for the Substitute that turn, although all that would have really came from it is I could have had a Nasty Plot and I could have done like 70% with a Grass Knot and got knocked out, so it wouldn't have really mattered. I switch into my Tangrowth on the next Rock Slide, and I go out into my Slowbro. He goes into his Licky Licky. Now here, I just Mega Evolve and go for the Calm Mind because I'm thinking really my only play is just setting up. He goes for the Dark Pulse, brings me down to 51%. I go to the Calm Mind, but he flinches me. I would have lived the next Dark Pulse. I could have slack off my health back, but no, he gets a flinch. I go into my Tangrowth, and then he crits me, forcing me to switch out again, sacking my Mega Slowbro. I lose my Mega Slowbro. Now I have to go into my Magmortar. I go for the Gracium Z. I honestly predicted him to switch out, but I couldn't take the risk, and I bring his Mudsdale down to about 80%, or sorry, 20%, and I can knock him out with the Flamethrower. And he goes into his Blastoise. I really have no play here. He knocks me out with the Water Pulse. I go into my Tangrowth. I can survive the Dark Pulse and knock him out, or get him close to almost knock him out with the Leaf Storm. Wow, I can't speak. He brings me down with a Dark Pulse. I go to my Thundurus, finish him off with the Thunderbolt, and the battle is pretty much lost at this point. I cannot go for a Substitute because the Meloetta has the Hyper Voice, so I try to get like a Para here, full Para with the Thunderbolt. Doesn't work out, and I bring the Meloetta down to about 54%. and it's a 3-0 loss. So there was a lot of hacks in this battle. Not all of it mattered, but I mean, it was just tilting me from the start. The flinch on the slow bro really sucked. The crit Dark Pulse on the Tangrowth also really sucked. Uh, what else was there? The crit on my Thunderous with the Bug Buzz really sucked. There was just a lot of really sucky hacks in this battle. Now, I did get lucky with the crit burn on the sock. That was about it. I mean, it didn't really matter too much, that crit burn, but still, it's just kind of ridiculous how much hacks there was against me. But whatever, it's the game we play, and that puts me at -3. Hopefully my teammate can do well enough so that we're not two in the hole. And my phone just went off there. Sorry about that, but that's going to be it for this video. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you guys next week. Okay, thanks, bye.